Actually, I agree with the 70% point.
Mm-hmm.
You do have a discounted experience if you're not very immersed in the original lore, the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think that that's enough. If you think about the what's a good comparable? Think
Star
about
Wars movie.
Star Wars movies.
Literally, number 5 was like right after 4, or 6 is right after
If you
5.
split
right?
up the originals, right? Episode 4, 5, and 6.
Mm-hmm.
If I go into and watch The Empire Strikes Back,
Hmm.
I would have no context whatsoever. Don't know what's a Jedi. Don't know how this Ben Kenobi
Why the
died,
hell does he
everything.
suddenly move the thing at the ice
Yeah.
ice
Yeah.
cave, right?
And so, I think if you look at Star Wars, you can't really see it as kind of you can't really see Empire Strikes Back as a standalone movie.
Yeah.
You'll basically need the context. That kind of discount. I would say that
That's a
you
higher
would get
discount.
a 40%.
Yeah.
at
I'm
best
gonna
of experience.
destroy this argument.
Let's do it.
Go
Let's
for
hear
it.
it. Let's
Go
hear it.
for it. Let's see.
Star Wars, when you talk about 4, 5, 6,
Mm-hmm.
it's literally sequels,
Yeah.
Okay.
right?
Okay, I see what you
I'm
mean.
watching Star Wars, and there's a difference between Easter egg and the entire plot hugely relies on previous knowledge of a movie, of other
Fine.
movies. I shouldn't have to. Okay, even though I already said it.
Fine.
Even though I watch all the Marvel movies except for one.
Pick a movie in Marvel, and then we can dig into it. So, Homecoming, right? What is in Homecoming plot that heavily relies on you knowing Civil War
Or Iron
or
Man.
any Iron Man?
Iron Man. Who? What? Like
Who
Iron.
cares? That guy has an iron suit. It's a superhero movie. People have superpowers. You don't need to know why he has.
But by the way,
Because-
let me try to get this point in right. You don't have to see the previous movies to know what Iron Man is.
Yeah.
You can just go on Google and I'm sure if
I
you're on
shouldn't
Facebook,
have to do
you
any
should know.
homework before
Doesn't-
watching a movie.
but you
You
don't
don't
need
have
to,
to.
and you don't have to. People,
I mean, you're automatically exposed to Iron
yeah,
Man.
you
Most
you
people know
see his
who's
suits,
Iron Man.
and you see his suit, and you see his powers, and be like, okay, he's rich. He's got cars. He's got Iron Man suits. What other context you need?
Okay, compare this with Iron Man 1.
Fine. You like
Okay. Okay.
or Thor
In
or
a
like
way that or Thor. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's name all the major character that matters
Captain America.
to the plot of Thor.
Yeah.
We have Thor. We have Jane. We have the Loki.
Mm-hmm.
We have the old man, the whatever crazy scientist guy
I know
that
what's
Jane
Thor.
works with. We get all and Odin. Okay. We get all the information we need. That's the basic
no,
setup
yeah,
to
yeah,
a story.
Yep.
If a character has a role that matters to the story, I should know at least something about it, or else, well, I don't know why I'm watching this guy showing up on the screen, right? We all agree on that. So in Thor, right, I learned about Thor, about Jane, learn about Loki, Odin, Asgard, all that stuff. Whether or not that is a good film is another subject, but then I have all the info I need.
Okay. I
It's
understand your point.
neatly packaged within the moment I walked in the
Yeah.
walked in the cinema, and the moment I left the cinema.
Now, I would argue this from a more commercial standpoint. Think about your customer segments, right? I would say majority of the people who watch Homecoming have some sort of knowledge about the Marvel
Yeah.
universe. And if you're wasting 20 minutes to reintroduce certain characters, to reset up the entire context, that would actually impair the experience for those people who actually knew the stuff. Or, I know this. Why are you repeating everything? That would actually impair the experience for those who have seen it already. And I would argue those are the majority of the consumers out there.
And additionally, coming from a huge Marvel fan, I know the film well, Homecoming, and I know Civil War well. Civil War introduces Spider-Man very briefly, as in the scenes that Tony Stark and
He
Spider-Man-
recruited him, and then he joined the fight.
Maybe
And
and
also,
that's it.
and also remember
Maybe 10, 15
the
minutes.
first 10 minutes was I think it was filmed. Well, it's made like it's filmed from Peter's phone. It's kind of like a recap of Civil War. He had that
Oh,
selfie.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
going to face Captain America
Yeah,
now,
yeah,
and it's from his angle. That kind of
Exactly.
summed up the Civil War
Yeah.
bits already.
Additionally, like, it's not that important because the whole relationship development between Peter and Tony Stark is on screen. It's in that movie. Like, they developed that relationship, that father and son, that hug thing was all in that movie. Or was
I
it in
would-
Civil War? I'm pretty sure it was in that movie.
I actually would agree with you if we're talking about Spider-Man: Far From Home, because that movie is all about
Fine, but that's a
Spi-
sequel.
That's,
that's
a
a
sequel.
sequel.
Yeah, that is a
Fine.
sequel. And that's a story about whether Spider-Man could take on the mantra of Iron Man and become the next Tony Stark.
Yes.
Now, you do need a lot more context
Huge. Yeah.
for that film. But I think for Homecoming, as a standalone movie, you're right. I think we both agree on. We all agree on it's we're gonna
Discounted.
take
You
it's
have a
discounted.
discounted.
But I think a 30% discount is not bad. It's not bad at all.
No.
I guess you were talking about the whole like audience that would watch Homecoming already have like previous knowledge of Marvel movies.
Yeah.
I would say, well, Disney did change the game by doing that,
Yeah. Fair enough.
like including the
Yeah.
like the whole Easter egg stuff. You
Basically,
have
they're
to-
making movies a lot like how they make TV shows these
Yeah,
days.
it's not just it's not just Disney too. You know, I think Fast and Furious as well. The one I watched last night, I forgot half of the thing happened in Fast 8 or Fast 6 or Fast 7, and so I was like, "What? Who's that guy?" And I was like, "Oh, he did that? Ah!" And then I had a discounted experience, but I still think it was all right. Like I understand what your point is because it's quite important to know these characters, but if done well, it's not that bad. It's not as bad as someone would be like, oh, I hate this movie now. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, Disney changed the whole game, and well, whether I like it or not, that's a different story. But
Fair enough.
that is well,
They are in a position to not reintroduce the characters and context every single
Yeah,
time
and
because
that's-
it's so famous.
And that is such advantage.
That's it's a
they
huge
changed
advantage.
everything when they basically the whole Infinity Saga, 20 movies, is one movie in
Yeah.
a way.
Yeah.
In the same way that 4, 5, 6, 1 to the whole Star Wars like Skywalker saga is about Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but only well, George Lucas did it in 6 film, and well, Marvel did it in 12,
20.
20.
In a way that I don't really like it. I don't think it's a healthy way to do things. Cause
Fair enough.
yeah, because